you are suing the defendant, Mr. Dimitro, over the sale of a 2006 Jeep. You reached out about his listing online. You went to inspect the Jeep with your stepdad, and you claimed that the defendant assured you that the Jeep was in perfect condition. After a test drive, you bought it, only to find out that it had more serious issues and failed multiple inspections.
Correct.
Now you're claiming that he deceived you, and you're seeking $5,000.
That is
Mr.
correct.
Dimitro, this Jeep is 20 years old. Issues are part of the package. The plaintiff did her due diligence by inspecting the Jeep, and she did a test drive, and you claim that this was an as-is sale, so you don't owe her a dime.
Exactly.
All right, let's take a look at it. Ms. Whitland, you saw this listing online, and you decided to take a look at the Jeep in person, and you took your stepdad, correct?
Yes.
Was he a mechanic?
Somewhat. He's inclined.
Okay. And Mr. Dimitro, are you a car salesman?
No.
Okay, so you were just selling this Jeep that you own?
Exactly.
Okay. Does anybody have the listing?
No.
It's been deleted.
Okay. Did you talk about the condition of the Jeep?
I did.
On the listing, how did you describe it?
I'd say there's a running and driving Jeep, and which is being sold as is. It has 200,000 miles.
Sounds about right?
Only thing I remember about it was that it was said it was a 2007 Jeep Commander, and that it was for $2,800.
So when you inspected it, what did that entail?
Oh, well, my stepdad, he came and he brought one of those diagnostic machines. He stuck it in there.
Okay.
He said 2 codes popped up.
Okay.
But the 2 codes, he said don't be too concerned about it because it wasn't a big deal, that he could handle those codes. My stepdad asked him, does it overheat? The defendant said it didn't overheat, that he drove the vehicle from point 1, 70 miles the day before, and that he was the only owner. Him and his daughter are the only people who drove this vehicle, and it ran perfectly, and there's no issues at all, other than what my stepdad seen on the codes.
So who did the test driving, your stepfather or you?
The defendant he test drove the vehicle. We were all together. I know, strange, I don't know why it even happened that way, but he drove the vehicle. My stepdad was in the front seat, and I sat in the back. We only went around the block maybe twice at the most, maybe even once. It wasn't a really long test drive, but I was in the back, so it felt normal to me. My stepdad said that it felt okay to him, but I guess I wish that he would have drove it or I would have drove it, because I would have been able to feel that it wasn't kicking in. Yeah, it wasn't kicking in to fourth shift.
So that's odd. Why didn't you insist on driving it?
I wasn't insisting on driving it because the street was so small that I had to back it out, and traffic was congested. I felt nervous about pulling it out, and he immediately said, I'll just drive it. I'll take you guys around, and we just said, okay.
Did you ever offer them?
And I couldn't see that well.
The opportunity to test drive?
She was scared. She said I couldn't do it. So I said, you want, I will drive it for you.
Okay. How long did you test drive the car? It sounds odd to say you test drove the car that you were selling.
Okay. Like I said, I drove them around the block. I caught all speeds that they have to. I showed them, most likely it's a used car that runs and drives for $2,800.
Did you buy it that day?
Yes.
Okay. And the next morning you took it into a mechanic?
Yeah.
And what happened?
Well, by the afternoon after they went over it, they called my stepdad and told him, please tell her to get her money back immediately. There's more problems that I can see.
Why didn't you bring the mechanic to the inspection?
I didn't have access to him to bring him with me to pick up the vehicle because he has a shop and he was working and all that stuff, and he was available to look at it the next day.
Okay.
And that's when we took it to him.
All right, Judge Juarez.
Your main complaint, Ms. Whitland, is what?
My main complaint is that the defendant withheld the information that he failed in the 2 different inspection stations in New Jersey. He didn't mention that to me, and I found both of those receipts where he failed 2 times in the glove compartment.
Let's pull up Exhibit D, plaintiff's evidence. So this is the, I think, second of the 2 tests, right? This is the retest that took place?
Yeah, that's on the 8th, correct.
On the 8th, okay.
Yeah, the first one was the 4th.
This is where we see, specifically, that the catalytic converter says not ready.
Correct.
And it makes it very clear that the overall emissions result is fail.
Correct.
And then what you mention is it says that this is an official record. This vehicle must pass inspection by 2/28/2025, or it may be subjected to a fine and or registration suspension. And you purchased the vehicle in March.
March 18th.
So it was already in trouble.
And I had no idea.
It was already past this date. Okay.
Correct.
So, Mr. Dimitro, the smoking gun was left in the car.
Exactly.